Logan.
Gotcha.
We're not able to access your video device.
I can see you.
It's currently connected.
I can hear you.
And turned on. Yeah, but for some reason, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you fine. You're wearing that white shirt, green on it. Looking cute as fuck.
It's saying it can't see me, but for some reason, you can see me, so that's cool. Let me see.
You look handsome.
Thank you. You like my haircut?
Yeah, I heard you're going bald. What's going on?
This is bald enough for me.
Very
short.
I think I saw a TikTok where you were saying you were gonna go. You're gonna start cutting, get diced, and shave the head, look like a monk. You look like Aang.
Is this not short enough? This doesn't look.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it. Looks good. How have you been, my man?
I've been good. How about you, bro?
Dude, I'm doing good because I'm cutting, but like I'm doing okay as it is right now. But
you like shit?
Dude, it's last week was very difficult, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been like since I know you competed, man. I seen a picture of you like on that.
I have.
The sexy ass thong and shit. Your glutes,
very long ago.
Your glutes were diced, and like that's like I'm trying to get like that lean. I'm looking at my glutes and like I feel like I store a lot of body fat on my quads and hamstrings and legs. But
yeah, for me, I store a lot of body fat around my waist, which is ironic because my waist gets really small still.
Yeah.
But how many weeks out are you?
Oh, so I'm less than 3 weeks out now. I'm 19 days. 19 days out now. It's been hard. It was crazy. So I wanted to know, when you were getting that lean, did you have like? So I've been experiencing like it's hard to explain. It's like a dull pain. Like I'm at the gym. My
pain.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say like it hurt. Not like I'm in pain, but it's like I'm there, but like I feel like ache. It's so weird. Just like my whole body.
Oh yeah, you're just under recovered. It's because it's harder to recover when you're cutting so hard. But for me, when I was competing, I actually didn't take it that seriously. I got really lean though. So, like I was like around 170 pounds when I started the bulk. When I started my cut, and then I got all the way down to like 138 for stage weight. I think I could have easily done another like month of cutting, got down to like 133 or so, and been really lean. So like I was just like, I would say I was like social media lean at the time.
Okay.
Right? Like, or like social media shredded at the time. But I wasn't like stage ready. Like I was almost there. Like I think your basic 3 more weeks you'll be stage ready for you. But yeah, when I was cutting I actually got stronger. So that's weird. I actually experienced something weird when I start cutting. I actually start getting a little stronger. I think it's because I start like honing in on my diet. I start taking my diet a lot more seriously.
Like strength gains from where? Like squats, everything overall?
Actually, my squats get weaker, but my bench and my deadlift get a little stronger when I start cutting a bit.
Okay. See, my bench is pretty much the same a bit. It hasn't really dropped that much. I feel like some of us can like maintain strength while we're like getting like I have dropped strength, but like if we count my body weight to what I can still hit, it's still a lot. Right. I can still bench a lot.
Like technically, pound for pound, you're probably a little stronger than.
Definitely. Right now, it's ridiculous, dude. I hit 365 the other day. Still, I was like, okay, I can still hit this. Probably shouldn't have done it, but I wanted to see. I was like, all right. I'm weighing in right now, 162.
162. What's your goal stage weight?
See, I'm 162, but I didn't think I would be this lean at this like high of a weight. Because me and you are basically the same height, right? We're basically the same height. So, like, when I was next to, like, Tristan, I saw my zoo culture. I'm not sure if you saw the video, but, like...
No, I saw it.
I was comparing myself to, like, other people that I thought were, like, diced and pretty striated. And, like, I was like, damn, I'm fucking pretty lean, like, upper body-wise. Like, my upper body, I think it's as lean. It can get leaner. Definitely can a little bit. But everything is going to be my legs. I'm thinking about 155. I'm probably going to be 155, 152.
Another 3 weeks? That's a lot of weight.
See, the thing is, I weighed in 159 a couple of days ago, but I was like, fuck it. I had a refeed day just to eat
I'm
more.
Assuming, do you have a coach?
Everything's self-coached, my man. Everything's
you're doing everything self-coached? You're doing really good for a self-coach then.
Thanks,
I was self-coached when I went into my bodybuilding show too, but I don't think I did like the best. Do you have like a posing coach, or are you just doing posing on your own too?
I had one posing session with the guy, but it's kind of expensive, man. Like right now where I'm at, I'm like, I don't want to.
Coaching is always expensive.
It's expensive. Even this guy isn't that expensive either. It was $50 per 50 for a 40-minute session, which I'm not sure how that runs, but from what I've been told, that's a decent price. IFBB Pro as
I'm
well.
not sure how bodybuilding coaching works either.
But I've been spending a lot of my time literally on YouTube and just flexing and looking at the videos and holding poses, breathing in and out, and just a lot of it's just been self-analyzation and self like replication of like other people.
Does your show have like what's it called, like you have to go on stage and do your own routine?
Nah, you can opt for that. I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna be.
You're not
there.
Gonna do that?
I would want to, but I could probably. You know what? If I can,
I think how some shows run, they be like, if you make top 5, you get your own posing routine, which I think you'll make top 5 easily.
Maybe, dude, that'd be crazy.
You don't think so?
I don't even know, bro.
Have you seen the roster yet?
Nah, I haven't even looked at it, brother. See, this whole thing, I've just been like doing this not to compete with other people, but just like to see what I can do for myself. Like it sounds weird, but I don't give a fuck about anyone else. I'm just going out there just to compete. Like I don't care.
That's the best approach in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I've been looking at it more as a kind of like a soft, like an internal battle mostly. You know, trying to push myself, my limits, trying to see what I can do.
Right.
But it's been a brutal like last week. Honestly, was probably the toughest week where I was like feeling goofy. Like I was feeling weird, dude. Like I'll be in the restroom like taking a dump and my legs. I started noticing like my toes go numb. Like my blood circulation is like a little bit less or something. I looked it up and it was like I was on like bodybuilding forums and looking up things and
blood pressure is probably really low.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I was looking at.
Do you have a lot of? Do you track your sodium and stuff?
Not too much, but I mean, my sodium levels they're good. I'm not like high sodium or low sodium. They're normal. I'm not like doing any sodium manipulation right now or anything like that.
Right. Okay. But I don't know. It's just, do you think you're going to develop some sort of eating disorder?
See, that's the biggest thing that when I went into this, I told myself that after this cut, I'm not going to balloon up or anything like that. I'm just going to like, see, my problem is that, it's not that it's a problem, but I bulked up to like 194, dude. I was thick. I've never been that fucking heavy in my life.
Dude, recently I bulked up to 190, right? I have like we're short guys, so being 190 at that height is a lot. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I expect you to be 200." I'm like, if I was 200 at this height, I'd have trouble breathing, which I already have trouble breathing right now. It's funny.
How much are you weighing right now?
I actually started my cut a few days ago, and I got my second shot, so I lost a little bit of weight. Right today, I weighed in at 185, but at the peak, I've seen 192 on the scale.
Yeah, dude, it's hard, bro. I was breathing heavy when I was that heavy too. Yeah. It was just I felt thick. I was like, this is way too fucking big for our height. That's a big fucking boy, bro.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, after this cut, I'm gonna get back up to 180. I'm thinking 180. That's a good weight for me. I can hold that fine without like smashing food down my face. But I am afraid of like, you know, once I drop about 10 more pounds and so I don't want to like just balloon up 30 pounds. You know, I want to like slowly go back up.
I don't think you will. I think with like you've gotten shredded before, so I think you have some experience with that. But after my show, I think I actually developed a slight eating disorder because afterwards I would go to I would binge eat all the time, and I would go to buffets like every day. After my show, I went to sushi buffets every day. But the thing is that like my body actually didn't react that badly to it because like I feel like most bodybuilders experience this. The first 2 weeks after their show, they actually start looking even better because their muscles start filling up, everything's like, and then like they're just not gaining that much fat because like their metabolism gets like lit on fire from all the food. So like it took me a good like 3 months to go from like 138 to like 150 because of how fast my metabolism was going. Like even though I was going way above my maintenance, my metabolism was just like, yes, I finally have food, you know. So that's like one of the biggest things, but I don't recommend. People always do like, reverse diet and all that, but I went the stupid route. I binge ate so much.
Bro, that sounds so tempting, bro. I've been looking at like these cookie websites and already planning like what I'm gonna eat after, and just like so happy about it. But the thing is too with this, when you were getting that lean, did you sometimes like think about like, did you struggle?
I actually didn't, and I don't know how healthy this is. And I don't know if this is something I would recommend a regular person do, but I think I have a lot of self-control. Whenever I did struggle, I would eat a lot of vegetables, right? Because vegetables are a lot of like volume, like you could eat like a whole head of cabbage, and that'll only be like 100 calories. That's an exaggeration, but it's not that many calories. So you could afford to eat a lot of vegetables and not risk your calories. So I would do that until I'm really full, and then that'll like curb the craving a little bit, and then I'll finally give myself like, let's say, two spoonfuls of ice cream. So I get the taste, and I'm full. So even though I risked a little bit of calories there, I still got really lean because like I gave myself like a good 5 months to cut for the show. Okay. But like I'm not sure. That's probably a reason why I developed a slight eating disorder, because I did all that during my cut. I held myself back a lot. But I think if I were to ever do a show again, I would have planned days where I do allow myself to eat a good amount. But during my cut, I remember I just like ate like a tablespoon of ice cream here and there, which nowadays is different because like back when I was cutting, I don't think Halo Top was like very well known and stuff. Yeah. So like if I were cutting now, I'd probably just have a day where I eat a tub of Halo Top. I'll be fine,
Yeah, it helps like stop those big old cravings you get. I've had a couple of refeed days, which helped a lot. Just like eating more. I wouldn't say like not like so I'm not gonna lie. So about 2 weeks ago, bro, I had I gave in my cravings, bro. I smashed a bag of family sharing size M&Ms. I just couldn't hold it anymore, bro.
Do you have
my body just shit everything out. I'm not even gonna lie. I ended up weighing less. Like the whole night.
Because your metabolism goes crazy and you start shitting everything out, and then like you actually weigh less, and then all the carbs make you look like huge too.
Bro,
so, even though like the refeed, you think like you fucked up, but it makes you look a little better,
Bro, I haven't told anyone about this. So I ate a whole bag of M&Ms and a bag of Reese's Pieces. Dude, I was just shitting all night. Like, it was horrible, but like I was pumped up. I was looking in the mirror. I was like, holy shit. Like, I was looking at my arms, like getting my arms in, and I was starting to look a little more diced, but it was nuts.
Do you have any plans for before you compete? What do you plan on doing? Do you plan on like flattening out, trying to get rid of water, or do you plan on like bloating up a little bit so your muscles feel more full? People do either or depending on how they look.
I'm looking towards the flattening out. I'm gonna carve
flattening out.
Yeah. Oh. I've been looking at my frame and the way it looks. I'm very for a men's classic. I have a very like strong build. Even when I was posing with the coach, he told me like my frame is pretty big. I don't have a tiny ass waist, but I can do things. I can give me the illusion of it, like working with it. Okay. So I feel like for me, it's gonna be better to try to be the most conditioned one out there. And I feel like
have you taken any like breaks from your diet?
Like, what do you mean, like
at all? Like let's say if you took like 1 week to just up your calories to maintenance or so, or maybe even a little bit above it.
So this weekend I was about maintenance this weekend. I was like 159. I didn't like how like light I felt, and that's when I started feeling like this like weird like pain, and I was like, bro, I gotta fucking eat more. So today I woke up 162, feel better. I actually feel a lot better. I hit legs this morning. The squats felt good. Not going heavy. One of the things that I do stress a lot now, since I'm cutting, it's a lot of like I'm not lifting as heavy for myself because I started feeling pain like in my joints and shit.
Right.
A lot of it has to do because when you're losing a lot of body fat, you don't have this like the fat on your joints and other things to kind of keep you more.
You don't have like the little padding or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you're getting fucking like. Here's the thing, too. I get so many people that tell me they want to get this shredded. Like, how do you do it? How do you do it? But it's like...
You don't want to.
You don't want to. You don't want to hold, like... And there's levels to it. There's levels.
You know how many people will be like, oh, Alan, when are you going to cut? I'm like, I don't care about cutting, bro. Like, I'll cut because I want to cut, not because I want to look good on social media. You know, like, right now I'm cutting because I want to cut. If I wanted to look good for social media, I would have never done this bulk. You know? Yeah. Because, like... Not to be cocky, but I think my physique when I was like around 165 is good enough for a decent social media.
You look good. Image. Yeah, I seen that. I mean, when I first got, so here's the like kind of thing we talked about before. I saw you on TikTok before I even got on TikTok, and you're one of like the inspirations. I was like, you know what? Let me make some TikTok videos. Look at his back. They're calling you Baki back then. I was like, let me flex my back on this.
Yeah, you know how many people compared me to Baki because I had longer hair, I had the bangs. So people compared me to Baki so much. It was crazy when I first started TikTok. I think when I first started TikTok, I was like That was like before like all the fitness TikTokers were like a thing.
Yeah.
I think I got on right when like fitness TikTok was like going up. Like that's when Sush got on, Ben Dunn got on. Yeah, I got on around that time, and I remember like fitness TikTok before, right when I got on was like just like these like 15-year-olds trying to give advice. I remember I got so many comments being like, finally someone who looks good and is strong giving legit advice. Nowadays, people don't like, there are a lot of strong and good-looking people on TikTok. But when I first started, which wasn't even that long ago, it was like a year ago, people were like, I was probably one of the like better-looking guys on here. But now I'm like very average, which is crazy how much TikTok has grown in terms of fitness. I'd say another year that it's going to be similar to YouTube fitness. When I first joined, people considered me like really shredded. People considered me to be like the unnatty guy because like the standard on TikTok was so low. But I'm gonna say like another year from now, it's gonna get even bigger. I don't know. We'll see how it goes because TikTok is fucking stupid right now. They don't like me still.
I know they keep banning you. What the fuck? What's with that? That's so ridiculous.
They've been banning me since mid-February.
Alan, I gotta ask.
I bet you when you upload this video, people are gonna be like, dude, I forgot about Alan.
Bro, I bet they're gonna be like, what's that Band-Aid there? I bet they're still gonna be like, someone's just gonna skip.
Steroid injection. It's my second COVID shot right here, bro.
When I got my first
a little bit of trend.
How did you react to your first COVID shot?
I got sick for like 5 days.
Same, bro. I was feeling like ass, dude.
Yeah. The second one, I got sick for like 2 days, but
I need to get my second one. I'm due for it, but I don't want to get it before the show because I'm like, my immune system's going to be fucked up. I mean, I'm already feeling like ass. When I got the first one, I was like...
You're going to feel it.
Yeah, dude. When I got the first one, I didn't want to do it, but I got convinced. Shit.
No, I feel you. Because I didn't want to take like a few days off because I feel like shit. I just don't like being sick. Yeah.
Hey, so
but I saw you. You still worked out. I didn't have the balls to do that. I was just like, I'm gonna relax. Fuck it.
Bro, I still worked out, but dude. So here's what happened. I got the shot like same as you right here. Ooh, look at his arm. Okay, right. I got it right here. Right.
Ooh.
I'm fucking hitting legs, right? And for some reason, my arm right here starts to swell up, like where I got the shot,
really?
And my forearm started swelling up, and I was like, yo, this isn't normal. Like, it swelled up and it hurt so bad. Like, how do you feel lifting your arm right now? Is it fine?
I feel fine.
Okay.
I feel a little bit if I touch the area, but it's been like 4 or 5 days. For some reason, I don't know what's up with the COVID shot. Like, my arm hurts more than like most vaccinations. I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like most vaccinations or shots takes like 1 day for it to go away. COVID shot takes like a week. Bro, I don't know what they put in it.
So my dumbass was like, all right, I'm gonna hit arms the next day, even though my arm was feeling a little swollen. I hit arms. Bad idea. There was an actual visible like lump, and like I started feeling pain down here, and it swelled up to my forearm, and I was like,
"Did you go to a doctor, or you just let it relax?"
Bro, I'm Mexican. I just went home, drank a 7-Up. I was like, I'm fine. It's all bad. That's fucking hilarious, though. Alan, so I was gonna talk to you about when we went out to the party. Do you remember anything back in Dallas?
Oh, I remember it all. I feel bad because I made who go back? I think it was Chase. Chase, he was like, okay, let's go back to Airbnb. I was like, dude, I'm fine. And now I think about it, I'm like, damn, I'm that one guy who drank a little too much, and then someone had to bring me back. I was like, I didn't. So I would have been fine. I would have just sat at a table if I was like not good, but like, I guess. So it was funny because you weren't there. Hold on,
let me give you a context.
Go ahead.
So Alan came to the Rice House, right, a couple months ago, and we all hung out, went out, right. So we all went out. Alan was, he was drinking. I was surprised. I was like, damn, my boy can drink. I at the time wasn't. I drink, but I don't get like shit faced drunk. And I ended up kind of like, taking care of Alan for a bit. But go ahead, Alan, finish it.
I didn't need to be taken care of. That's the thing. But you guys thought I did.
Bro, I
was just stumbling. I was just stumbling a little bit. But that's fine. Okay, so a little more context is that I came in, right? I think it was Jay. Someone, I forget. Jay was definitely passing me like tequila. Right? So I was like drinking straight out the bottle. And then someone was like, yo, show us how you do the shotgun thing. Right? It's like how I pierced the can with my finger. So I took like 3 Trulies. I showed them how I do it. So like a bunch of tequila and just like shotgunning Trulies. I got of course that hit me pretty hard soon. Like, but yeah, I didn't need to be taken care of. But eventually, you guys took me back to the Airbnb. Yeah, I felt bad. But it was pretty funny because it was funny. You guys weren't there. You guys were not there for what happened at the Airbnb. So so Dawson posted me on his Snap. So I got a bunch of like random people trying to like add me. It was hilarious because some random person was like, dude, send me nudes, Alan. Send me nudes. You're so sexy. And then I was like fucking with them. I was like, you're a catfish. And then they're like, no, I'm not. And then they video chat me. And then me and Chase are trying to talk to this person on video chat. It was fucking hilarious.
It was a female, right?
No, it was a guy pretending to be a female.
Okay.
And we could tell. It was like from the voice, it sounded like a dude trying to pretend to be a girl.
Hey, let's send me feet pictures.
Yeah. I was like, dude, show me your face. It's okay. It's okay that you're a dude. I just wanted to see.
Big ass
and then they ended up blocking me and shit. It was hilarious, bro. Oh my god.
Bro, I miss you, man. It was awesome when we hung out together. Like we never met until that day, really, and we just vibed.
Yeah,
really
that was like
good.
the first time.
And
Yeah.
I know for you, since New York got hit really bad with COVID and like the whole pandemic and everything, that was like one of the first times you started going out, right?
Yeah, that was like my first time ever stepping foot on a plane in a long time. I barely even go out like throughout this whole year, throughout the whole pandemic. I think I've only went out with friends and stuff in general like maybe 5-6 times, including that Texas trip. Like I barely go out nowadays.
Do you feel like your friend circle has changed ever since you kind of like went on social media a little bit?
No, not really, actually. I feel like I have a little more friends. I have you guys. I consider all of you guys friends.
Yeah, my boy.
So of course that's like a new friend circle, but I don't think I've lost friends. Right? I've definitely had like people try to come back into my life.
Got you. Yeah.
Like, oh, I saw you on social media, and then they started following me. I'm like, dude, you could have hit me up all this time. You could have followed me all this time, but you didn't. You didn't. I mean, like, same could go for me towards them. Yeah. But that just means we're acquaintances, right? Like, we're not really friends. Mm-hmm. And it's just really funny. But other than that, like my friends from like, let's say back when I was in college, like we're all still friends. Like if anything, they actually like kind of tease me over my social media fame. They go like, oh, is that Alan Wu? Is that the guy with 3 million followers on TikTok? Oh my God, Alan, do the face. Like how you guys were fucking with me. Like that's how my friends treat me. So like my friends haven't changed. If anything, they don't care that I have clout.
Yeah, so
it's kind of funny because like. There. Yeah, like you can never like with the amount of like clout I have, like people don't. I talk about this a lot, on my Instagram, on all my social medias. People don't understand that like TikTok clout doesn't really mean much. Like a lot of people know who I am, but what does that do? Like this kid came into my stream the other day, pretty decent Call of Duty player. He beats me in a 1v1, blah blah blah. He asks for a shout out. I'm just like. You only care for a shout out because I have a lot of followers, but I'm telling you right now, if I shout you out, you're only gonna gain like 1,000 followers at most, and 1,000 is not clout. Like build your own following. Don't ask for shout outs. I didn't want to be mean. I didn't say all of that, but that's just what I'm thinking. Like my clout means nothing. I'm not gonna benefit you. And my point here is that like these people trying to come back into my life, these people trying to hit me up, trying to be friends with me, they think they'll benefit off of me in some way. They're not going to. Like I had an old high school friend who's now like a SoundCloud rapper. Yeah. And he's like, oh, how you doing, Alan? Oh, by the way, can you post like can you do me a favor and like post one of my songs on your videos? I just ignored him from there.
Yeah, see, that's some fake shit right there, bro. I had exactly something come up to me like that too. So I'm not as I'm not as famous or anything like that, right? But it's so weird how some people can change. I had on my Instagram, I had someone from my high school hit me up. And context to it, this guy, like, I haven't even talked to him ever since. I knew him in high school. He barely even acquaintance, whatever. So I see a message from this guy. I look it up. He sends me this long, thought-out message. He's a barber. He wanted me basically to shout him out. And he was telling me about his struggles and all these things, right? Keep in mind, like, this is a guy who, like, he unfollowed me before and shit like that. I'm like, what the hell?
No. Then, yeah, I get that too.
Then this, I felt bad. My heart went out for him. So like, I was like, damn, I don't know. But like, if in the message he talked about how he was struggling and couldn't pay for his Mercedes Benz, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, bro, I don't even like. I drive a fucking Toyota. This motherfucker can afford a Mercedes. What the fuck? I'm like, bro, I'm doing something wrong. Then like sometimes I like to like like consult my friends like the way I feel. So I tell my friends with this guy, you know. It sounded like he was struggling, but my friends were like, bro, this guy drives a fucking Mercedes Benz. Like, what the fuck's he talking about? Like,
he's not struggling.
I'm like, yeah, so I was saying. I was like, damn, I'm struggling. Like, I'm not dying or starving, but I'm looking at that like, I drive a Toyota. This guy's telling me he drives a Mercedes Benz, and he's like...
The thing is that people have, like, a false, like, pretense of who we are. Because, like, they dream... There's a lot of people... I don't want to, like, sound like arrogant or anything.
I'm like, this guy was telling me I could change his life. I was like, bro...
Yeah, people dream of having the numbers we have on social media or whatever. You know, you say, like... I think you're at, like, 200K on TikTok?
TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, you say that's not a lot, but a lot of people, they actually, like, they dream of that shit. You know, like, they crave clout, like that amount of number. But it doesn't mean that much, you know. Like, I have 3 million on TikTok. Some people think I'm rich as fuck from all that, but I'm really not. I don't make that much money off of it, you know. But it's just crazy how people... I don't think they'll ever understand until they're at that number, you know. Because, like, you could easily reach, like, let's say 200K on TikTok. Because all you need is, like, maybe... like one video that reaches like, let's say 10 million views. You could gain like 50K off of that, you know? Yeah. It's crazy.
See, I feel like the best thing for growth, what I've noticed is I've seen people that have a lot more following than me and everything like that, but they don't have they don't have like a real following that makes sense. They have people that just come by. You know, I feel like I've kind of like been able to have a platform where I actually have like a lot of kids, even people, you know what, based off the analytics, there's a lot of people around my age, like 23 to 28, 27 now who follow me. Right. A lot of them hit me up, you know, telling me that I inspire them, stuff like that. But what I'm going with this is, it's not necessarily the number, it's the
loyalty.
It's loyalty, but having the communication, you know, like you actually have a community of people that come back and look for you. They're not just like coming by for like a little like clip, you know. I feel like you've done a great job with it too, where you have a massive TikTok.
You know, I have like these kids who just want to do like, do the face. I have another community that like actually care about me, you know.
That's always gonna be there though. That's like, I feel like me and you get asked this question the most, bro. How tall are you? How tall?
Bro, I had one kid in my comments.
How tall are you?
Me. He was like, "How tall are you? Please be honest." I'm just like, I'm 6'9". You know,
same. I'm 6'9".
And it's just like, my height, I'm short. I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect who you are. It's because they want to. I feel like, and the reason why I don't really like answering the question is not because I'm insecure, but because I feel like they're gonna try and use that and be like, oh, that's why he's jacked.
See, that's the thing I don't understand. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, I guess like I understand to the point where saying we have a smaller frame and stuff like that, but I've never thought that way before. If I'm 5'7", if I see someone 5'3", I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's jacked just because he's shorter than me. I'm not gonna think that way.
If anything, dude, I've had this whole argument on my TikTok. I've made several videos on it, and I don't like making those videos anymore because then people be like, oh, he's insecure about his height. I'm like, I'm really not. I'm telling you guys who are taller, you have a chance. It's not because you're not jacked. You're skinny not because you're tall, but because you don't work hard and you just don't know what you're doing, you know? And they're like, oh, it takes us longer to fill our frame out. I'm like, what is long? Because I've been working out for 10 years, and I still don't think I've filled my frame out, you know?
See, a lot of it,
and I've seen people who are 6 feet who fill their frame out in like 3 years, and people think that's a long time. That's really not a long time. That is not a long time.
A lot of it is just genetics, man. You're tall, really that may play a part, but if you look at like NFL football players, all these other guys, they're all about 6 feet. And they're fucking jacked, bro. I mean, when I played football, when I saw football players in college, these motherfuckers are 6 feet and jacked. Like, a lot of it's not just height.
And like people love this term MOG.
Oh, MOG.
Do you know the term MOG?
Yeah.
Dude, anybody who is tall could easily outsize somebody who's short. Like,
definitely.
You know, like, simply being tall. I've had people who don't even work out, right? And they're just taller than me, and they make me look small.
Yeah, same.
You know, and how are you gonna tell me that I fill my frame out easily because I'm short? No, you see taller people, they could fill their frame out. You know, it's all about genetics. But then, as soon as you take someone who's tall and skinny, they're always gonna blame like, oh, it's my height. I'm like, no, it's just your muscle building genetics and shit. That's it.
I always look at someone like that, like, you got the potential to get bigger, my man. Like, you just gotta put the work in. It's so interesting because like I've worked as a personal trainer and I've had clients who were tall that I've been able to build a frame on them. these kids are like,
I feel like that's only a legitimate excuse when you're reaching like basketball player heights.
Yeah.
But even then, you see these strong men who are basketball player heights, and they're extremely jacked. People don't understand because it's funny because whenever I argue with these tall people in my comment section, I'd say like half of them, they end up blocking me, because they don't like how I just like shut them down. I always ask them this question. I'm like, is the height gene and the muscle building gene the same thing? And they say, no, it's not the same thing. I'm like, then what does your height have to do with your muscles? They're completely different genetics.
Yeah.
So obviously, you could have a short guy who just has trouble building muscle. You could have a tall guy who could easily put on muscle. It's all about how like the muscles insert into your joints. It's all about how like your body, like the rate of growth. Yep. Yeah. Like tall people would be like, oh, I have small calves because I'm tall. I'm like, no, you have small calves because you have shit calf insertions. I know a bunch of people who are 6'5" who have extremely girthy calves. It's just how it is.
Yep. I mean, that's the way I think about it too. Even with my physique, there's some things where I'm like, I don't have a good insertions or good like. I wouldn't say I have any horrible insertions, but they're not as like popping. Like I have a short head for a bicep, right? So that's really good when it comes to like flexing this right here. But then there's things where when I look at my legs, I notice that I don't have a big like teardrop or anything like that. Even though I work out my legs or anything, or like very intense.
Like Lex Little, right?
Yeah.
His legs look
huge.
really good, but they're actually not that big. They just look good and look big because of how the insertions look.
Definitely the big role.
And illusions are a big thing,
Hell
right?
Yeah.
And how the muscle inserts could create an illusion that looks bigger. So I've asked Lex myself how big his legs are. He said they measure to be 26 inches. Mine measured to be about 27 inches, right? Which is bigger than his. But on the social media image, it would look like he has better legs than me.
Insertions.
Yeah, it's just insertions, right?
See, that's the thing too. I feel like some people have a misconception that they can like change. You can change your muscle insertions or improve on them, but there is kind of a cap to. There's a limit to it. Yeah. Like as a natural, you're just not gonna have that same insertions. Like example could be like my vacuum compare to someone else's vacuum. The way our sternum is structured is different. You're not gonna be able to like improve on. Like there's some people I've seen that honestly they shouldn't do a vacuum. It's not for them. And some people that can rock it. You just gotta know your body and the frame it works. Like some people with a big ass chest, like naturally big chest, like my boy Alex. Shout out to Alex. That dude has the titties on him. He just has a big chest. And I've been told, like for me, like my chest isn't bad, but like you have a great chest as well. But people have always told me like, yeah, you just gotta do more incline. I'm like, bro, I've done a fuckload of incline.
It's all about insert. Yeah,
it's insertions, bro. Like I'm telling you, like I thought that too when I was 20. I did incline for a year. And my chest was still the same.
I think even like research shows that like an incline bench, it helps, but only by like 5%.
Yeah,
it helps, but not that much. It's not going to make a world of a difference. Unless you're doing purely decline, then maybe it'll make a difference. But you have to be in the extremes. But like that goes back to like how we were talking about like tall people. Like they hate it. And I feel like I'm attacking tall people, but like a lot of these people they hate it.
I love tall people.
Yeah, I love them too, bro.
Bro, like my best friends, all my best friends are 6 feet over, bro. Like where I live, they're all fucking 6 feet. So when I hang out with them, I'm the short motherfucker with all these giants. Same here, bro.
And they hate it. A lot of these tall people, on the internet at least, they hate it when I tell them that they could get big. They just love being like, I'm skinny. I'd be like, no, I'm not big because I'm short. I'm big because I eat a lot. And then they'll be like, oh, like, you don't have to eat as many calories as I have to eat. I'm like, technically, I eat more because, like, there should be no reason why I'm heavier than you.
Bro, I'm like, I wish.
Like, imagine how much I have to eat for me to be heavier than someone who's 6'3". Mm-hmm. Like, someone who's 5'7" should not be should not be heavier than someone who's 6'3". Yeah. Like, I have to eat so much for me to be
that muscle
heavier.
Yeah,
to be heavier than someone who's tall. So you're like, there's no excuse for someone who's like 6'3" to be like lighter than me. I don't care if you have to eat 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories. On my bulk, I was reaching 4,500 calories, 5,000 calories a day. How much were you eating on your bulk at the peak of your bulk?
The peak, I got to 4,200. Bro, I was smashing like 2 Chipotle burritos, a fucking. I was eating too much, so it actually hurt to eat that much. Like I said, there's there's a give and take for everything. You know, when you're cutting, there's like, now I'm at that.
Yeah.
I'm giving a lot. Like, I'm not taking a lot from this cut, like muscle wise.
How many calories are you eating right now on your cut? What's the lowest you've reached?
The least or the most I reach on my cut?
The least.
The least I've gone to one. Cut. I've gone to 1,400.
I've gone to like 1,500. I think on like the last 2 weeks of my prep, when I first did my bodybuilding show, I think I got to like 1,200, but I averaged about like 1,500. But imagine 1,200 calories a day.
Yep.
I don't even think like a 100-pound girl eats that little.
and like, keep that in mind. That's like I'm saying, like I'm getting about today's gonna be a 1,300 calorie day. So keep that. I'm eating 1,300 calories. I'm doing about to be honest, I'm doing about 2 hours of cardio right now. 2 hours of cardio, and I'm weightlifting for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's an hour and a half. I would say an hour. I get in like a good workout, but then the last 30 minutes, it's a grind, man. I'm struggling. I have like these internal talks with myself, like, come on, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Like, come on, bitch. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go.
Wait, are you competing with anybody that like? Because I know like most of the people from the Swole House are competing. I know Brandon just competed. I think Jay is competing. Me
and Jay are doing the same show. I'm actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be flying out there in Dallas in about. I was gonna go this Sunday, but I'm thinking Monday maybe. So in about a week or so, I'm gonna be out there. Just get ready, prepare, and stuff like that. I've kind of like started to set up.
So you're gonna stay there for like another week or two? To like.
I'm gonna be there like a week and a half earlier to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna stay there for like a week and a half or 2 weeks or so. Maybe stay there longer. Not too sure. I'm just flying out there. I'm not really bringing all my stuff. And to be honest, being back home is kind of like right now is allowing me to be more creative and stuff. Like I've been shooting more content and stuff like that.
Right.
Not that being out there wasn't as productive, but there was a lot more. Like being here, there's less stress than being out there. That's something that is.
I know with like content houses. I know Bryce, they like required you to do like let's say like promoting stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, so like if you wanted to stay in the house, because I've been offered to stay at like 4 different content houses, like in LA, Las Vegas. And I see like their contract, and it's just like, oh, we want 2 YouTube videos a week. We want like 4 TikTok videos a week.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And it's just like I don't have a problem doing that, but that like limits a lot of creative freedom, you know, because then you have to take like, let's say, this chunk of your video to do this. And then, like, you have to take your time to focus on promotion instead of, like, what you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more creative right now. Like, I could do stuff I want to do while I'm talking to you, just chilling, working out. And I'm kind of I love hanging out with people and being around people. I love it. It's awesome. But I'm kind of
more of an introvert?
Yeah, like,
same here.
Like, I'm an introvert, bro. Like, I'll be honest, I watch anime, I read manga. Like, I'm a fucking weeb, dog.
I was like that, too. When we all met up. Like I have my extrovert moments, you know, like I'm not shy at all. Like, you know, like when we went out, I was not shy at all.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Like, I scream, I talk to people, you know, but like when I want to focus on things, like when I was working out, there was a video from Brandon. I was literally all alone in my squat rack, just sitting, chilling. The videographer who was there for Rise, he was like, dude, I forgot you were here. I'm like, yeah, I'm just working out, you know. And I kind of feel bad because like they wanted me to be there for content. And, like, honestly, like, nowadays with content, like, I'm very demotivated with content. I'm thinking about, like, just quitting all of this, ghosting all social media because of how TikTok has been treating me. And it's just, like, you know, when I lost my job, when I lost my job at the hedge fund from the pandemic, right, I didn't know what I was going to do, right? Like, I think I lost my job. The pandemic started on March 15th. In New York, or just like all over the US, and that's when I lost my job, right? So then I joined TikTok on April 30th, which is a month and a half later. And during that month and a half, it was a really big struggle finding a job because all these like companies, they're like more focused. They were actually like firing a ton of people, especially like in the like the financial like area. They were taking a hit because of how like coronavirus, like the stock market was taking a hit. Everything was taking a hit. So they were actually letting go of people. That's why I was let go. You know, and so they weren't focused on hiring new people. They were just like focused on saving money and just moving everything online, which a lot of companies still are online to this day. So I had trouble finding a job in that month and a half, which I didn't, obviously. And then I joined TikTok, and then I got big on TikTok. I remember in like 4 days, I got up to like 5,000 followers. I was like, I could probably do this, you know? And lo and behold, over the summer, I blew up. I got to like 1 million followers in a few months. I was like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. And I told myself, I'm going to take this time. I'm not going to look for a job. I'm going to actually try to make an income off of this, which I successfully did for like a good 6 months. And then like after when I did that successfully make a good income off of it for like 6 months, the 6 months after, which is around this time, and which is around when I started getting banned a lot, that time I reserved that time. I was like, I'm going to take these next 6 months to see if this is all for me, see if this is what I want to pursue full time. And now this is hard because I didn't actually get to pursue it because TikTok stopped me from me even trying, and now I'm telling myself, like, is this even worth it? Because this is how they treat me, like, it's hard. Yeah, it's really hard.
Put a lot of effort into it, yeah.
I put a lot of effort into this, and people will be like, oh, it's out of your control. Like, this would be something different if I put out my content and I was just falling off. And I was just, like, not hitting with my audience. But this is totally different. It's just TikTok doesn't like me. And it's simple as that, Like, I would be happy if I just simply fell off. But now, like, I was just basically, like, I guess you could say, like, I was fired. Like, they just don't want me on their platform, it seems. People are like, oh, you gotta keep going, And it's just like, it's different. Yeah. They just don't like me, And like now, my relationship with social media has changed because it's like getting cheated on by a girlfriend, right? It's hard for you to trust another person after that. And now, like, people are like, oh, go on YouTube, go on this, do that, and it's just like, I don't want that to happen to me again. It's hard for me to build that trust up. Like, I don't want to build my following on YouTube because I was doing pretty well on YouTube, even though I wasn't even like. That is really funny because just now I got a copyright claim on my YouTube video. Which,
really? YouTube?
Yeah, like, just now, literally just now, and I haven't even uploaded in like 5 months. But
like music? Okay, no.
I have no clue what happened, but I'll check it out later. But like, I don't want that to happen again. Like, I was doing pretty well. Like, I wasn't even like putting out quality content. Like, in my opinion, my content was like very repetitive and very like low quality, and I gained like 20K subs on YouTube in like 3 months.
That's really good.
If I continued from then, I probably would have been at 100K by now. But like, I don't want to, like, YouTube also has a bad rep for how they treat their creators, and I don't want that happening to me again. So like, I think about it every day. Should I delete everything and just go work in an office again? Like, I think about that so much. Because I don't know, man. It's hard. It's really hard. And, like, you could see when I was there with you guys in Texas, like, I was literally flown out by Nick to make content. Like, that's his reason. And I made nothing, Even now, like, I'm, like, still sponsored by Rise, but I've made, like, no content promoting them. Like, almost none. But, like, I still make sales. And I appreciate everyone who uses my code, even though I don't promote it at all. Which
code Alan. Use my code, too. Use code Alan Flores and send a big old dick emoji to
And it's just not. I don't know.
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
I just don't, like, and it's crazy because, like,
do you feel like sometimes this is, like, because you're an introvert a little bit, you kind of like, fuck all this, I just do me?
I mean, like, not really, because, like, I don't have I'm, like, I would say, like, I'm an introvert when I'm, like, focused on things, but, like, I'm an extrovert in general. I think that's a good reason why, like, I was able to build a following, because I don't have a problem talking to people. Like, yeah. I'm a pretty decent public speaker and all of that. And I'm just an introvert in certain scenarios, right? Gotcha. Like, I'm not the type to go up and, like, initiate conversation and all that, I'm not the type to initiate things. Yeah. But that's just, like, but I'm not shy. That's the thing. I just don't care. So, like, I feel like I am an extrovert, but at the same time, I just don't care to put in that, like, effort to create social situations.
Yeah, especially if they're banning you and copyrighting you and stuff like that, right? Yeah, but, like, fuck all this.
Yeah, well, and
I mean, I feel like you gotta keep going, Alan.
I don't know. I mean, like, everyone's been telling me that, right? And there's so many people. Like, not a lot of people, but, like, I'd say, like, 99% of my audience or people, they understand what I'm going through. And a lot of them say, if I were you, I would have just given up by now. Not to, like, put me down or anything, but they're saying that, like, they admire my persistence that I like keep going, right? But there's a small group of people who are like, you complain too much, Alan. I'm just like, if you were in my shoes, you'd be complaining too, right? And they're like, no, I wouldn't. I would just keep putting out content. I'm like, how would you put out content if you're banned? And they're like, oh, I would just keep putting out content. I'm like, you can't. You have to complain, right? My emails aren't going through. What do I have to do? I have to publicly make a video, try to call them out, you know? Like, their thinking just isn't there. I'm like, I have to complain. And, like, that's another reason why I feel like I don't want to continue. Like, I love all the, like, love and support and the nice words I get. But I get, like, so many dumb comments, you know, and people don't understand. Like, I respond to so many comments, and they're like, and a lot of these comments are like, dude, you're the first big creator who ever responds to my stuff. I'm like, do you ever think about why creators don't respond to comments? I know a lot of, like, bigger creators. They follow me. We're mutuals on TikTok. I know people who have, like, 10 million followers on TikTok. Fucking Noah Beck, we follow each other, you know? Yeah. You know, like, I see their friends-only posts, and they talk about, they're like, dude, I don't look at comments anymore because, like, it's just not good for my mental health. You know, the shit, like, people say some of the dumbest things that just, like, it just, like, bro, I just can't. I don't want to read these comments. That's what they're thinking. And then I don't get it because, like, people will be like, dude, Alan, stop reading these, like, dumb comments. Like, it's getting to your head. I'm like, I read them because it hasn't gotten to my head yet. You know, like, reason why I respond to it is because it hasn't gotten to my head. If it's gotten to my head, I wouldn't read any comments. Right, I respond to these comments because, like, any normal human being would want to, like, defend themselves. That's it. You know, like, if you were in my shoes, you would most likely respond to the comment, right? Because,
see, I feel like there's some stupid comments that I ignore. I'm like, okay, this is a stupid one.
Oh yeah, no, I ignore most of the stupid comments. But when it's like a repetitive thing, I feel like I need to address it. I will address it. You know, and then once I address it, you'll get that group of people being like, don't let the hate get to you. Don't do that. Why are you responding to this? Oh my God, you're so negative. I'm just like, I'm really not. Because if it truly got to me, I would ignore all comments, you know?
I mean, they're like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan always says this. He always says, don't read the comments. Don't never read the comments, things like that, right?
Yeah, because that's what
people get. Know, see, yeah, I feel like with this type of stuff, like, you have thick skin. I have thick skin. We all have thick skin for, like, the comments. Because people talk a lot of shit. Before I got, like, when I was at 30K, 50K, people talk so much shit about me, bro. My comment sections are just people calling me small, ugly, bitch. Like, people were just going off on me, right? And I would just be like...
Dude. It's funny because before, like, I experienced the same thing. When I was at, like, 20, 30K, when you're, like, a growing creator, people hate so badly. Yeah, they don't like you. And then once you get to 100K, that's when people start gaining respect for you. And it's just like, I've had people who hated hard on me. Now they follow me. Now they give me props and shit. And it's just like, you're giving me props now. Why? Because I have, like, some semblance of clout. You know, like, that's just fake. And that's how you know these kids will never make it in life.
That's the thing. When you're trying to get big on TikTok, people always ask me, like, how do you get big and things like, especially like in the fitness world and stuff like that. The biggest thing I always say is just focus on creating content that you know you like, something you like. First of all, you gotta like what you're doing. The second thing is gonna be just have faith in yourself. You know, there's gonna be people, especially when you first start off, they're gonna be like, this guy has 100 followers and he's flexing on a video. Fuck this guy. Why is he flexing in a video?
When I first started out on TikTok, I remember I would flex my legs. Right, like, my legs is probably the best body part I have, especially while I'm cutting. And, like, people would compare me to Lex Little and be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But there would be... So either kids were comparing me to Lex Little or kids were hating hard on me. And they would be like, oh... Like, I would censor my bulge, right? Because it's TikTok. That's what you're supposed to do. And people were like, oh, he's hiding it because it's small. He's hiding it because he's Asian. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like... And then you have these same kids now. Now they have 3 million followers. Like, ha, 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 ha. Wow, I was there since the beginning. I'd be like, no, I remember you. You were a hater, bro. I call them out on it. I'm not scared to call them out. You know, it's just like, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I've had people now I feel like we're at the point where we have kind of a fan base that will defend us. Like if people like talking a lot of shit or like saying some like foul things, I've noticed on my comment sections, people will actually defend me. I don't have to say anymore. Those are the people I know that are real. The reason why we read the comments too, or like look at the DMs, because sometimes, I'm not sure about you, but I'm pretty sure you do. Sometimes I get messages where kids telling me that, you know, somehow some way I've been able to change their life. You know, they were suicidal until they started watching my content, and those are the messages I want to get to and read to, comment back, and like honestly, it really does like it makes me a happier person knowing what I'm doing. It's somehow entertaining you, impactful, you know, driving you to reach your goals. Because the one thing I say about like me pursuing fitness stuff like that, you know, I'm 27. Like you thought. Alan, you thought you were older than me.
Yeah, I thought you were like 20, 21.
Like, like I'm over here trying to do something that I always want to do in my life later in life. You know, I wish I had the courage to pursue this when I was younger, but I didn't because I cared too much what other people thought. Now I don't really give a fuck. I do what I do now, but like that's.
I thought you were 21 because I could have sworn I saw a video saying you are 21. I don't know why.
It's just the complexion a little bit, you know.
Well, same thing with me. A lot of people think I'm like 18, 19, but I'm fucking 24. You know,
the jaw
like,
a little bit. Damn, look at this.
No, I get you. Like, reason why I'm continuing is because I have a positive impact on my audience. I don't try to be a negative piece of shit. You know, like I've known so many people who use their platform to be negative, to be a dickhead, to be a troll. You know, whereas I don't do that. Like all I try to do is try to bring people up and try to give people like hope that they could make it. You know, it's like what Z says. He says we're all gonna make it. Yeah. That's all I want to do, right? And like sometimes I will give in, sometimes I will respond to a hate comment. Because all I'm trying to do here
on this cut
is I'm just trying to inform, like show people that like when I respond to these hate comments, there is like a moral I'm trying to say. Like let's say, someone be like, oh, you only have that muscle because you're short, and then I'll respond to it, no, you're just a pussy. Like I'll be straight up. I'll be like, no, you're just a pussy. Like people don't like when I respond to hate comment. Like I am very straight up. I'm very blunt.
I've seen it.
Like I'll be like, dude, you're just a pussy. You're small because you're small, not because you're tall, and that's it. I've been working out for 10 years. That's it. Right? And then I'll post it. Someone will be like, oh, he's getting to your head. I'm like, not really. I'm just being straight up with him. I'm being very honest with him. You know, I'm not being defensive here. It's just my honest thought. Right? I posted that, took 10 seconds out of my day. Probably was faster than him watching my whole video, commenting that. You know, it's whatever. And then, you know, a lot of people would agree with me, but then there will be some people will be like, oh, I unfollow you because of this. I tell them straight up, unfollow me. I don't give a shit.
That's the weird thing. There's such a big community. Like it's not all. There's a lot of people that want to put you down because you're short. That's what I've noticed on TikTok. I never give a fuck. I mean, of course, you know, like playing sports. When I was like, damn, if I was a little bit taller, I would be a lineman. You know, there's some there were some thoughts in my head. Was like, damn, dude, I could block pretty good. You know, if I was like 6'3",
there'll be people who try to put you down for no reason.
Crack people, but like,
yeah.
On TikTok, it's so interesting. I get kids messaging me like, bro, you know, people always talk about my height and I'm self-conscious about it. I hate myself because I'm so short. I'm like, damn, this is bad. Like, I've never once hated myself because I was short. But
yeah,
like,
me neither.
There's such like talk. It's not. A lot of it could be, you know, a lot of it goes both ways. Girls talk shit about guys being short sometimes, but
if anything, I've gotten more guys who hate on me for my height.
Same.
I've had girls who be like, they do have a height preference, but they will make an exception. Like they don't care that much. Like it's part
all
of
about the confidence. Like honestly, a lot of it is confidence, bro. Like if you have an aura around you that doesn't, you know, scream small dick energy, you know, if you're like confident and stuff like that, it's all that matters.
I mean, like of course height does matter. You know, if you're some 5'2" guy, that will probably affect you pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
But like people try to act like 5'7", 5'6", even 5'5". They try to act like that's like.
People saying I'm 4'11" now. Shit, because I'm next to
I'd say most times the height jokes are pretty funny. Like I laugh. I don't care. Though. You know,
dude, I laugh a lot.
Yeah, it's stupid. You know, like it's just ironic. But like a lot of people they talk mad shit. It's just funny when people talk mad shit.
That's the thing though. I grew up being the shorter guy, like all the time. Like all my friends are taller than me.
People don't understand.
I grew up looking up with my homies.
I have 3 brothers. They're all taller than me. You know, I have 3 brothers all around 6 feet. Like I think my oldest brother's like 6'1", 6'2".
That's tall.
You know?
Yeah.
Bro, when I was like 12 years, I stopped growing in height at 12. But when I was 12, I was 5'7", which is tall for a 12-year-old.
That is tall.
And like my parents and everyone around me was like, "Oh, Alan's gonna be like the tallest one out of his brothers. He's gonna be like 6'3".
Jinxed you.
And then I just stopped growing from there. It's fucking hilarious.
I want to end this off with a little question here. Okay, we're gonna talk about the YouTubers versus TikTokers. You know about the boxing match, right? That's coming up.
Boxing match. Yeah.
So we'll start off with do you know most of the creators?
No, I've only heard about Bryce Hall because he's becoming a meme right now.
Okay.
And I love it because I call myself Bryce Hall, so that's fucking great for me.
Oh yeah, you do. So if you could be on the TikTokers versus YouTubers, who would you want to box? If you were the TikToker.
Whoever is probably the smallest, because I would not be a great boxer. I do not have a great reach. I would probably, if I trained, I would be confident in my punch being like strong, but I probably would not be able to last because I do not have a great reach. I'm not a good boxer.
Do you have any predictions? Like, there's Deji versus Vinny Hacker. Do you know Vinny Hacker?
Deji. Yeah,
Deji?
I think Deji's gonna win.
Yeah, I think Deji's gonna win that one too. No offense to Vinny. I think I seen Vinny Hacker at the gym too at Zoo Culture. I'm not too sure. What about Bryce Hall versus Austin?
Austin.
Okay, you got Austin. Is there a prediction? First round, second round.
I feel like they're all amateurs. They're all beginners. No offense to them. They're not actual boxers. So I think it's gonna go down to like score or whatever. Like I don't think there's gonna be any like big bad knockouts unless it's like a heavyweight thing. Like it depends. I don't know their stats. I don't know how much heavier Austin is than Bryce Hall. I mean, like he could probably knock him out if Bryce Hall is just that bad at like defending and shit. And if he's like that much lighter than Austin, it all depends. But I think since they're like beginner boxers, I don't think there's gonna be any like huge knockout.
Do you think that it's fake? They're all just saying this up. It's a big money scheme. They're just hyping this up, and they're all just in on it and shit. I've been hearing a little bit of rumors going around that this shit might be, just hyped up. Maybe they're training, maybe they're not. We don't know. There's a lot of money involved. Perhaps.
What do you mean by like fake? Do you think like it's not gonna actually happen? Do you think it's gonna actually happen? Do you think
it's gonna happen, but they're gonna have like who's winning already, kind of like WWE shit a little bit.
Are you saying? Oh, you think it's gonna be like all set up?
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think?
I think how people said that Logan and who was he fighting? Ben Askren. They said that was fake. Do you think that was fake?
I don't think it was fake. I don't know. Nah, I don't think it was fake. I don't think Ben would. I'm a big MMA fan, so like I know like Ben Askren's like history and stuff like that. Yeah. I think he's an older man who had a hip surgery replacement like I think 6 months ago. Out of shape.
But he got knocked out, and people are like, "Oh, Ben Askren could take a punch. He could take a hit, but he got knocked out."
He got back up. He wasn't sleeping. He got back. He wasn't knocked out. He got back up. Like
so, you think
he wasn't
KO'd? It was real?
I think it was real. I don't think Ben Askren. I think it was real. It is fucking weird though that this guy got knocked out, even though like he's been cracked by like the likes of Robbie Lawler and all these other champions.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think it was fake either. I think that Ben Askren. No offense to him, he is pretty washed up.
He's not a boxer. Yeah. If he can grapple, the way he was boxing too, Snoop Dogg said it best. He was boxing like he was in the 1930s. I was like, damn.
With the TikTok versus YouTube thing, I don't think it's fake. I don't know. You got Deji in there. Like
I would be it, bro. If they offered me, I would have took it. I was like, bro, give me some fucking money, bro. I'll start training, bro. Like I'm a maniac, dude. I'll start running up hills.
But some of these people, they're not even that big, actually.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's not, yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, shit, bro. I'm surprised they didn't try to hit it. Did they try to hit you up or no?
No. I wouldn't have taken it. I would embarrass myself. I'm not a boxer. Like, if it was like an MMA thing, like I'm allowed to grapple, I would do that. I would probably get back into BJJ and shit.
Okay.
But nah, like I would not be a good boxer unless like I'm just that. I look at like I don't know the roster, but if I see someone, I see he's like small.
Bro, I'm looking
skinny,
at it. I'm pretty sure you could beat the fuck out of half the people here.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple I think they're pretty good. I think Taylor Holder has hands. I actually think he has hands. Do you know who that is?
No, I'm not sure who that is.
He's on the.
No offense to anybody on the roster. I just know like.
I there's that one. Taylor Holder, I think he has hands. It looks like he does. He has like kind of like that lengthy frame quickness.
Right.
I think he has hands, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he could take a hit. We'll see when the box. I'm not even sure he's boxing, but I think that kid can throw hands. I've kind of seen him at Zoo Culture, seen his frame. He kind of looks like a tall boxer kind of guy.
We'll go down the list. Let's see who's gonna win.
Who do I think is gonna win?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. So we got Bryce Hall versus Austin. See, I don't know who's gonna win that one. I haven't seen any of their techniques or any videos. There's like so little to work on. But
I've seen Bryce Hall. He does like routine shit. He doesn't really like.
I think it depends who trains harder, but I think the Austin guy might win that one. I think Austin might win. No offense to Bryce Hall, but I just don't know. You know, I seen him like box this one kid. And like he got cracked like once or twice. It was this video where there was this guy who was like harassing Bryce Hall. Did you see it? They actually ended up boxing in the boxing gym. But,
really?
Yeah. I mean,
wait. So Bryce Hall cracked him? They
boxed each other. Bryce Hall beat him, but the other kid got a couple of like dingers in too. But like you know, me being in there, you know, I used to box when I was younger, right?
I've seen the videos.
I wouldn't say I'm a great boxer. You know, I'm pretty good with like fundamental shit. But I was looking at it and I was like, huh. But again,
you're good enough to beat some like average guy who's even bigger than you. You know, like
it's like a lot of it's training too. You know, I don't know, because if like me coming off cold, like the video you saw, that was me coming off a workout, like bulking. Like I'm super out of shape for boxing. But like if I start training for 3 weeks or you know, I start to get that snap back a little bit.
Right.
But Deji versus I think Deji's gonna win that one. I think Deji's been looking really good. I saw some videos of him and I was like, holy shit. He's been looking good. I think Deji's gonna fuck up Vinny Hacker. Danny Duncan was supposed to box, but he's not in on it anymore. I'm not sure who replaced him.
Oh yeah, I heard he like pulled out or some shit.
Mm-hmm. I think Taylor Holder's gonna win his boxing match. It doesn't say who he's going up against. Hold on, let's see. TikTok Taylor. It doesn't say who. I'm looking like an older poster, but. I mean, I would assume they didn't pick like some killer for him to box. Unless he's boxing some fucking savage. And I'll be like, I don't know who he's boxing. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. He's boxing a Gib.
I don't know who that is.
He boxed, not Logan. He boxed Jake Paul. Jake Paul, I think dropped. Yeah, Jake Paul knocked him out.
Mm.
I think Gib is short. The other kid's taller, so I'm gonna go with the taller kid.
All right.
Gibb is a YouTuber. I think he's more of like, I think he's famous for like being a gamer, a YouTuber. I think. Nate, I don't know, Nate something versus it doesn't even have a picture for who's boxing. FaZe Jarvis, I think he's boxing Michael Lee. I think they canceled that fucking fight. There's been a couple of cancellations. Because it's already been told that some of them was like fake beef, like they were fake beef and try to hype shit up. So some of them kind of dropped out. But to be honest, I think
that kind of shows that maybe this other beef is not real. I mean, that other beef is real because like if it's fake beef, they drop out. But if it's not fake beef, they want to go through with it.
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe they're just better actors. Who knows?
A lot of fake beef can become real beef once they start talking shit. Like, hey man, this guy took it too far. Yo, this isn't cool. Like WWE, there's lots of stories of like where like you know it's fake, but sometimes like when you're acting,
it goes real.
It's like you're actually throwing some hits. You know, it's like when you're sparring. You know, you're sparring. Right. It's 50%. The other guy hits you for 80% hit, then it turns to 100%, bro.
Yeah. There are people who died on set on WWE. You know, like they do one wrong thing, they could die. You know, like they die. You know, like it might be like fake and staged, but they still take the hit.
Oh hell yeah, dude! They all of them get fucked up. I remember watching like I'm not sure if you're a big wrestling old head, but like Mick Foley, is that his name? The guy.
Right.
Enemy of Mankind, is that his name? I don't know. It was a couple old wrestling heads back in the day who were like used to usually basically get their face smashed in with like nails and shit, a bunch of things. But yeah, Alan, we'll call it here, man. I appreciate talking to you. Man. This was awesome. I feel like we could do this like every 2 weeks or so, catch up. I really do enjoy talking to you, my boy. This honestly felt like more of a hangout talk and just catching up. There's a lot of things I want to talk to you about more, but we've been here for about an hour or so. Much love, Alan. Take care, and make sure you guys use code Alan. Anything you want to shout out?
Code. What's yours? Code Flores.
Code Flores for Rog, your boy. Support your boy. You're still sponsored by Trident, right? Or no?
Yeah.
All right. Use code Alan for Trident, Clothing Apparel, and Rise as well. My code too, guys. Much love. Take care.
I got you. I'll see you
Later,
guys.
my boy. Take care.
You too, bro.
There we go. Whew.